Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Rich here with vinyl video number 30. I recently realized I don't have Hunky Dory by David Bowie. I have all of his other 70s albums and I don't have that one. So I put in a couple of bids on eBay and they're going for more than what I want to pay. Let's put it this way, there was one that came with a press release, which is something I don't really need. And that one went for $248 more than what I bid on it. So that just shows you. I mean, they're going for way too much, way more than what I want to pay. So I decided with the Hunky Dory, I'm going to go with the recent reissues. I've heard from several people in the VC saying that they actually sound better than the originals. So I was at Fry's recently. And I thought, I'm going to go look at the vinyl. They have vinyl there. And one thing I noticed is they probably have half the amount of vinyl than they did the last time I was there. Maybe even less than that. And they're scaling back on the vinyl at Fry's. They didn't have Hunky Dory. They did have probably a dozen of the David Bowie Dark Stars. So if anybody in the LA area can't find a copy of Dark Star, they have plenty of them at Fry's in the City of Industry. But I have a feeling that they probably pressed a bunch of those and there's probably going to be a surplus of that album. Anyways, they didn't have Hunky Dory. But I did buy an album there. Live at Shea Stadium, The Clash. October 13th, 1982. Previously unreleased Legendary Clash concert. This is from the Combat Rock tour. They were opening act for The Who. Very good concert. Good album. Sounds great. Very cool. Inner sleeve's pretty cool. It's got a picture of them driving. This is them actually on the way to Shea Stadium. I guess somebody they knew had a convertible and drove them there. And this is some shots of them. The two are them in concert, playing live. Right there's Joe Strummer with Andy Warhol. And here's David Bowie. The actual vinyl, black vinyl, with this custom label. Very cool album. For less than 20 bucks, not bad at all. For me, that's good. I went to Barnes & Noble, pick up Shindig magazine, and I thought, I'm going to look at their vinyl. They have quite a bit of vinyl now. Because, if I can't find it around, I'm going to end up going to a record store. I don't really have any record stores real close. It's kind of a hassle to get to them. But anyways, at Barnes & Noble, they didn't have Hunky Dory either. They had several of his other albums. But I picked up this one. Courtney Barnett, her latest album, her second album. It's Sometimes I Sit and Think, and Sometimes I Just Sit. That's probably the best title of an album in years. That is hilarious. Really good album. It was $19.99 and I got 30% off. So I paid like 14 bucks for this thing. Really good. I like this a lot. I'm going to end up getting her first album, which is actually her first two EPs. One EP on side 1, the other EP is on side 2, and I've heard that album's, some people say it's just as good. I've heard other people say it's actually better. And if it's better than that album, it must be fantastic. And this is a picture of the band. Some glare there, and lyrics, and some liner notes. But yeah, I highly recommend this. Damn helicopters, and man, every time I make a video there's either planes flying over, helicopters, sirens going on. Here's an album I picked up at Amoeba Records almost 3 weeks ago. It's been a while. Return to Forever, featuring Chick Corea. This is Hymn of the Seventh Galaxy. Return to Forever, they had 3 albums that I liked back in the 70s. This was one of them. The other one was No Mystery, and the third one was, it had a really long name, I can't remember. But it was the one right before, I think in between this one and No Mystery, the 3 in a row. Their other albums I don't really care for all that much. And I listened to this, and I don't know if my tastes have changed. I mean, everybody's taste changed, but I just didn't like it as much as, I don't like listening to Return to Forever as much as I used to. I don't think they're as good a band as Weather Report. I know some people on here, they like to criticize Weather Report, but I really like that band, at least some of their albums. I really loved the early 70s Miles Davis. But this album, I mean, it's not a bad album, but it just didn't really do much for me. My favorite song was the Stanley Clarke one, After the Cosmic Rain, the second song on side 2. That was a pretty cool song. I mean, I like the bass in that. And it's just black vinyl on Polydor. Now this next album is by somebody that I don't know if I've ever seen anybody show his albums on the VC. And it's Hank Williams Jr.'s Greatest Hits. It's got Family Tradition, Whiskey Bent, and Hellbound, All My Rowdy Friends. It's got all his big hits, and it's actually white. Can't really see that. It's a white label promo. Really cool beer drinking album. Hank Williams Jr.'s Greatest Hits. Just kidding, April Fools. I can't stand this guy. Okay, my next one. This is a 45 that Dead Wax 66 showed. It's the Masters Apprentices, Undecided, Back with Wars, or Hands of Time. Check out his video. I think it's his last one he put up. This song here has one of the best grooves, rock grooves I've ever heard in my life. It is absolutely fantastic. This band is from Australia. I believe it's recorded in the mid-60s or something. I didn't do any research, sorry. But yeah, it's got this insert. Yeah, it's really, that album is, I mean, this 45 is fantastic. Absolutely love it. It's on Ugly Pop Records. And it's black vinyl. I don't know why I pulled it out. Check it out, dude. It's even online. Maybe I'll put a link below. Undecided. It's got one of the best rock and roll riffs I've ever heard in my life. Dead Wax 66. Check out his channel. I got 2 more singles here. The Hog's Ear Report showed these. And they're on Slope Records. They're reissuing. These are Arizona punk bands. I guess they're going to reissue some other stuff too. I think they have 3 so far. I picked up 2 of them. The Red Squares. This is from 1981, I believe. Yes, 1981. The packaging on these are phenomenal. They're singles, 45s, gatefolds. I mean, absolutely really cool. And I like this. It's on red vinyl, I believe. Yeah, red vinyl. Here you go, the Red Squares. It's on Slope Records. Yeah, red vinyl. Very cool. I think that was the first one they released. I picked up this one, Insurrection. Of the two, I like this. This is more up my alley. I like the other one, but I really dig this one, man. This also came out in 1981. The Red Squares, you can find some information out about them on online, but I couldn't find anything out about this band. Apparently there's some other, I think it's a heavy metal band with the same name. This is a picture of the band. Something about police brutality there. And this also is a gatefold. Got a picture of the Capitol. Some flyers there with bands they played with. BGK, that's a great band from Italy. Pretty cool. You know me, I love my flyers. With the Vandals here. Pretty good. This is a really good punk rock, 80s punk rock. And the sleeve on this one has this dude here flipping off. Fuck the police. Fuck you, Tempe PD. I guess the Hog's Ear report said he remembers seeing this guy walking around town. And it's got this, and this is on blue vinyl. Yeah, it's very dark blue. There you can see it. Slope Records. Insurrection. Pretty cool. I'm gonna get more of these. I didn't get the other one. I think it was more of a recent band, and I didn't interest me. The next two, pretty cool albums. Blue Cheer, their first album. How do you say it? Amphibious Eruptum, whatever, you know. This is the textured copy. It's actually in pretty good shape. Very good plus. Very good. Usually when I see these albums, they're crap. The condition is just terrible. This very good plus easy, and the actual vinyl is in even better shape than the cover. And you can't see that. It's on Philips anyways. This light. Really good album. I remember my cousin Guy used to have this album. He was a few years older than me, and I used to like to, when I lived in Bakersfield, my parents would come up to LA quite often, and I used to like listening to his stuff. And I remember back then the only song that I really liked on it was Summertime Blues. I didn't really like the other songs that much, but man, this is a good album. Really, this is a heavy album. I mean, everybody knows it. I didn't have it. Great addition to my collection. And lastly, this is a band I found out about because of Netflix, a documentary on Netflix, and it's Death. Death finally comes to everyone. Yeah, right. For the whole world to see. Everybody knows the story of this band. Well, not everybody, but most everybody watching my channel probably knows the story of this band. Early to mid 70s. This reissue came out in 2009. It's got a 1975 copyright. It's like early punk. In Detroit, band, they're from Detroit. Three black guys playing punk rock in the early 70s, and their name was Death. It's a really good documentary. Check it out. Comes with this inner sleeve. I have the CD. I've only been buying vinyl a year, and I've had the CD, you know, as soon as I saw that documentary. But I saw this still in the shrink wrap, $10. I go, yeah, I'll pick that up. And it's this is what the labels look like. And yeah, the documentary is really good. The record company told him, you know, hey, you know, we really love your sound, but just change that name, you know, and you know, we'll sign you. And no, the dude was adamant. It was death or nothing, you know. And they're three brothers. I mean, they're brothers, and they're biological brothers too. But yeah, that's a good album. Again, this one here, I've decided I'm going to go on a mission, and I'm going to try to destroy one crappy record at a time and rid this earth of all the crappy records. Take care, guys and gals. Take care.